Now, you act as a guide also on these trail hikes because, a lot of people might get lost or.
Oh yeah, and some people want to learn a little bit more about the natural world, and some people are just afraid to go on their own, maybe not comfortable thinking they will get lost. Um, do advise anyone that wants to hike that's not on a guided hike to pick up a free trail map, and they're located at the visitor center, the gift shop, and at the lodge and campgrounds. And just ask for one, and they're free. And it really will help. Having a map, knowing where you're going, does help.
So does these trails just like go and spawn off in all directions, or how's that work?
Well, we have a few loop trails, and then our trails do connect with Forest Service trails in the Daniel Boone National Forest, and we have the Sheltowee Trace that runs right through the park, which is a 257 plus mile trail.
Oh.
Starts down in Tennessee at Pickett State Park, but it runs northeast and ends somewhere up near Cave Run Lake up in northeast Kentucky. But it runs right through our park, goes around Laurel Lake, runs right through Natural Bridge State Park up in Slade. Beautiful trail. It's kind of a smaller version, I guess, of the Appalachian Trail.
Well, our area has so much history here. We've got Daniel Boone. We've got, just the amount of history in our area alone is just amazing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, Cumberland Gap, not far away, was the original gateway to the west. And, of course, it was all named after the Cumberland River, so ultimately after the Duke of Cumberland. And a lot of people don't know that Dr. Thomas Walker came many years before Boone.
Right.
And he was the one credited with naming the river and kind of started that westward movement. Daniel Boone, great guy, great person in history, but he got famous in his own time, so that's why he's kept famous.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize this. Getting out here and walking on these hikes and getting out in the nature, it's great exercise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can make of it what you want. Our trails, we don't have any bicycle trails or horseback trails other than our riding stables, but you can run the trails, some of them. You can walk the trails. Some people, it's just good to get out and get them moving a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything speedy. Some folks just need that exercise and that movement to keep their mobility up.
And it feels good. You're getting out and you're enjoying the nature, and plus you're getting a good workout at the same time. It's not strenuous. It's pleasurable.
Yeah, it's real pleasurable. And, on our guided hikes, we go at a fairly slow pace, so just about anybody could keep up with that. So don't have to worry about your abilities.
What's an average of the length of a hike you take?
With the guided hikes, generally under 2 miles.
Okay.
Most of them about 1.25 miles or so, and then we have a couple that are a little bit longer. And that being said, on the first Saturday of each month, we have a trekking series, and that's a guided hikes, but that's sometimes on the park, sometimes it's in areas surrounding the park, depending on the hike. But those are longer hikes. Those are 5 to 7 miles, and do encourage you to come. There's no fee, but we do encourage you to maybe bring a lunch and definitely bring water, something to drink, because it does get hot and your body does need water.
Very good. I was noticing the patches and the emblems on your shirt there. Can you tell me about those?
Oh, well, let's see here. The Kentucky State Parks logo is the 3 trees there.
Okay.
And, of course, that's where I'm representing. And this is my naturalist badge here. Of course, my name tag. But it's got the symbol of Kentucky right in the center. United we stand, divided we fall.
Right. So did you have to go to school for this?
I have a degree in Recreation and Park Administration through Eastern Kentucky University.
Wonderful. So you really took the time and paid the dues for it.
I guess so to speak.
That's wonderful, because you're touching lives out here, and people really appreciate that. They appreciate your knowledge, and they appreciate you being there, and you're doing an outstanding job for
well, thank you.
the community. And we got about 9 minutes left in here, and we're going to touch on some more things before we run out of time. People, like I said before, need to respect the parks and respect nature. You have a lot of cases of vandalism from time to time?
From time to time, we'll get mostly spray paint on rocks. People want to leave their names, and that is very difficult to remove. We do our best, and then some people even still carve in trees, which permanently scars the tree, damages the tree. And And the reality, I think, is Billy might love Sue, but nobody else cares. So
So you guys, you got supervision. You're watching out for stuff like this.
somewhat, yeah. We do have park rangers on duty, and of course the natural staff and all the employees keep an eye out on things. And you know, over the years it has gotten better. There's not as much garbage. There's not as much vandalism, but it's still going on. I think it's a lot of it's just a matter of educating people to what they're doing.